Alright, today we're going to be talking about Unit 1 and 3 review. We do have the test tomorrow. You have a study guide in your hand as well. It's only on the word problems, but I want you to make sure you understand the simple adding and the simple subtracting across zeros. Remember, when we do this, we're going to be doing it's called regrouping. We don't want to say carrying anymore. We want to say regrouping. 8 plus 3 would be 11. Regroup the tens. So now you have 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. And regroup the hundreds. 8, 9, 10. So your new total is 1,011. Same thing with the subtraction now. We have to think, can 0 minus 6 happen? And at this moment, the answer is no for us. As we go further in our educational career, we'll figure that out. And we're going to go to the tens. Can we take from the 10? He has nothing to give us, so we have to move over to the hundreds. And once we move over to the hundreds, he does have something to give us. He's a 3. He's going to move down to be a 2. And he's going to give 1 to the hundreds. But the hundreds need to give the tens. I'm sorry, the tens is going to give something to the ones. So we're going to make that a 9 and make that a 10. You can go ahead and cross out those zeros. So your new problem now is 10 minus 6, which is 4. 9 minus 3, which is 6. And 2 minus 1, which is 1. So that's how you do a simple adding and subtracting across zeros. But I want to make sure my answer is correct. So to do that, you want to do the opposite of what you just did. So addition will be subtraction. So 1,011, the bottom number, minus that bottom number, minus 148. I guess that would be the middle number. 1 minus 8 can't happen, so we're going to move over to the tens and cross that out, make that a 0. And that will change into 11. 11 minus 8 will be 3. And it's kind of like doing cross zeros, because 0 minus 4 can't happen. We go to hundreds. He has nothing to give us. So we have to go to thousands. He does. We'll change him to 0. Change that one to 10, which will go to 9, and that would be a 10. 10 minus 4 is a 6. 9 minus 1 is an 8. You want this number to match the top number, and you can give yourself a check mark. The next one, again, is the opposite. It's subtraction now, so we're going to do addition. We're going to add the bottom number with this middle number, 164, plus 136. 6 plus 4 is 10. Regroup your tens. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Regroup your hundreds. 1, 2, 3. 300. That is exactly what we wanted. Again, you can give yourself a smiley face. So we have that all done and correct. But now I want to talk about another aspect of the test is going to be the proof models. We did pretty well with the proof models, but I want to make sure we understand them all. And we talked about 4 different place values on the proof models. The first one we talked about is the thousands. And they were the long rectangles. And then we have the hundreds. And they're the bigger boxes. Then the tens is just a straight line for us. And then the ones was either a dot or you can make it a square. It doesn't matter. Either which way. But you get the idea. So the question was 2,461. And I said make a proof model of that. You should now have 2,400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 1. So it's 2,400. Oops. 61. Parents, I challenge you to put some numbers up on the board or on a sheet of paper. Give your kids a try. Just see if they can show the proof. There is a few questions on the test, so I want to make sure we understand that. The biggest aspect we had today was in class, on our Unit 3, Lesson 7, was on page 86. The kids were looking for the key words, which was great. They were looking for the fewer, the altogether, the more. These word problems kind of threw us off a little bit, and we're going to be talking about a different strategy coming in the next coming days. It says Billy has 679 pennies. He has 278 more pennies than Lee. How many pennies does Lee have? Now a lot of kids said, oh, he says more, so we have to add, but be careful. It says Billy has 679 pennies. So Billy has 679 pennies. But we're not looking for Billy, we're looking for Leo. Or I'm sorry, Lee. And it says he has 200, so he, Billy, has 278 more than Lee. So now, and we want to know how many does Lee have. Lee has how many? Well, we know Billy has 278 more, so 679 minus 278. Now they should be able to do that problem. 9 minus 1 is, 9 minus 8, I'm sorry, is 1. Give me the answer. 7 minus 7 is 0. 6 minus 2 is 4. So now Lee has 401 pennies. And that's how you have to do those problems. And again, the kids saw the word more, they said, oh, we gotta add. We gotta be careful. Just like number 6 on that same page in 86, it says Rebecca drove 362 miles. She drove 439 fewer miles than Fiona. How many miles did Fiona drive? And that's what we're looking for, Fiona. We're not looking for Rebecca. And again, the kids all thought, hey, fewer means subtraction. But we're looking for how many Fiona drove. So take 362 plus 439, and it should give you your answer of 801 miles. They can look at a couple more of those questions on page 86 as well. I'm not sure there's some on 87. I believe there was. No, it was on 86. And then again, we're going to give you a review sheet that you have in your hand. You can work on those as well. Turn those in tomorrow morning for me, and you should be ready for the test. And if there's any questions, I'll always answer them tomorrow morning, so that way we are ready for that test. Now, you've been flipped and ready for the formative.